Hi guys, Lindsay here with Storybook Family Farm. So I haven't filmed in quite a few days simply because of the fact that taking care of all of this fencing and doing the rest of it, it pretty much completely zonked me out energetically. Like, I was pretty exhausted. And then I also, on Saturday, after I finished doing this, which I had ran another 200 feet of fencing, and it has worked really well to keep the turkeys from going over to the neighbor's property. So definitely worth it and stuff to do it because now I don't have to keep chasing them around. But on Saturday, I also had gotten a pretty nasty tick bite. So on Sunday morning, it actually was like swollen up and it was a big, huge welt that was like the size of a quarter. So I ended up having to go to stat care for that, which is just like an urgent care. It's like a come in and get seen type. It's like a Band-Aid station basically. But for those of you that don't know what a stat care is, so they ended up running blood work and stuff to see if I already have Lyme disease because of the fact that I do live in a Lyme area that the ticks do. They are known to have Lyme, to carry it, and I've been bitten since we've owned this place for, I've been bitten, I would guesstimate at least 100 times in the past 10 months. So, the probability of me having it was quite high. Plus, I have a lot of overlapping symptoms. So I do like my health issues that I have. I have a condition called POTS syndrome, which makes it so like my blood pressure is all wonky and stuff. My body doesn't regulate it properly. So when I stand up, my blood pressure doesn't automatically rise like it's supposed to, and it causes my heart rate to be really high whenever I'm standing. And it can cause a lot of issues with fatigue and lightheadedness and forgetfulness and brain fog, which I also have ADHD, which kind of makes it so that way it's really easy to lose track of thought. And I also have another condition called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a connective tissue disorder that makes it so I have a ton of joint pain all of the time. So these sorts of symptoms, that I deal with them every single day. Um, and, so I'm used to hurting a lot. I'm used to being fatigued all the time and stuff. So like the symptoms of Lyme disease, like they overlap with every other symptom that I already have. Plus I've also got a diagnosis of fibromyalgia, which more pain, more tiredness and stuff. So I already am dealing with this all of the time. So like to me, it was like, okay, like I might have it, I might not have it, who knows and stuff. So when I went there, they did do blood work to determine if I have Lyme already or not. And it came back negative, which is, a relief. But it is kind of a, like, I feel so silly because of the fact that I was kind of bummed out that I didn't have Lyme because now I have to be super paranoid every single time I get bit by a tick. So the other big thing is I cannot take the standard medicine. They normally, when you get bit by a tick, they prescribe to you like a one-time dose of doxycycline. So then that way it'll, potentially kill off any bacteria that the tick gave you to greatly eliminate the chances of you developing Lyme disease. But because I cannot take that, I now have to be on amoxicillin for the next 30 days. So I have like 27 days left to go. So that is definitely trying to start wreaking havoc on my body. I've been eating a lot of like probiotics and stuff like that, like sauerkraut yogurt and things of that nature, just to try to help combat the effects of being on antibiotics for that long. My body is a very, very sensitive and finicky body when it comes to any sort of like man-made medicine. So I usually try to avoid going to doctors. I try to avoid taking anything except for like ibuprofen and stuff. So that's kind of a bit of a bummer that I have to be on the medicine for that long. I am very confused though as to, because I don't have Lyme disease in my blood and stuff, but it seems very odd because of the fact that the medicine since starting the treatment for Lyme disease, I've experienced a lot less joint pain, and I haven't been as fatigued. So it's kind of weird, but it is also weird too because of the fact that, like, since being on the antibiotics, well, since getting bit by the tick, I've had a low-grade fever that keeps coming and going and coming and going and coming and going and stuff. So it's very bizarre because even though I've been on the antibiotics now for 3 days, like this morning I woke up and I had a low fever. So I mean, it's kind of, I'm watching the turkeys and the chickens. They're all, I'll spin so you guys can have a better view than the fence. But so it is kind of bizarre to me that the antibiotics are making me feel better, and making me feel less fatigued. So it's kind of strange. God, I tickle my throat. But so I'm not really sure what's going on with my body physically. So it's just kind of a wait and see what happens sort of thing. Thankfully now we do have medical insurance, so I am able to like go to doctors and get things more taken care of and stuff without having to worry about paying an arm and a leg and stuff for any sort of prescriptions or treatment or anything. But it is odd because I noticed too that like I'm like since starting the antibiotics and stuff, like I noticed that like my face is starting to get like a weird rash across it and stuff. So it's just kind of a weird thing. There are a lot of autoimmune issues that run in my family as well as joint problems. So don't know. But yeah, so it's been a bit of a kind of like an emotional roller coaster the last few days for me. I did find out yesterday that I don't have the Lyme disease, but like on Monday and stuff, like I was kind of in a low spot emotionally and stuff. Like I was pretty bummed out by the potential of having yet another thing wrong with my body. So it is kind of a stressful thing because I definitely rely on my body a lot more than the average person because of living a life of homesteading and stuff. It's a very physical and physically demanding sort of job, and I don't like to sit still. I don't like to not accomplish things and stuff. So it is kind of a blow. Now that I've spun around, now the turkeys are all coming around this way. But yeah, as you can see, the fence is working very well. So I am very glad that I was able to get that done before starting to feel crappy and stuff, and I was able to get it done while the weather was still really nice. So yeah, that's about all that's been going on for me. Hopefully I will continue to be feeling better and stuff and not have, so much shenanigans with the fever popping up and back and like in and out and stuff like that. My body is not very happy right now, I don't think. But I guess that's kind of what I get for kind of abusing it and pushing it a little too hard. But yeah, lots of rest in my future so that way I can try to get everything back into balance, I suppose. So if you guys are enjoying this content, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends on social media, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to help us grow. We'd greatly appreciate it. All right, thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys.